How fares your first quest, hero and hunter?
Walking secrets. The likes of which I doubt you.
Hello. I am the Duke of Ferrell. Though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Consular and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm.
Never saw you in the king crab before. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt to name. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the... Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her, and by all means. People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me. Oh, don't mention...
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging
hanging around the inn, are you?
Hunter's Edge?
Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll beg you to leave me be, you old rat.
Oh,
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant.
back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear if ever I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could... I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion.
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunt...
Another source hunt? That's the spirit.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even... what have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just be tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face... quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive. I am Anna. I've cut 1,000 throats and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete, except that much to my dismay. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. So you've joined up. I can finally offer you our finest... Well, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so wide... I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the Northern Cave. I'm sure you'd like to equip yourself with the finest possible accoutrement. Oh, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember? Well, you are a member of the...
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. And then, well, you're far from my caliber. But, you'll be dealing with Ahu's little... If I don't leave a few crumbs for the newbie, those nasty beasts are hard... What do you mean? Why? I'm only the most famous wit... And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the... Really now, I can't afford to indulge in chit-chat with my legion of followers. Even a star needs a few moments to himself.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, what's in a name, dear friend? For which you mean you haven't heard? Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever by following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way we can each. She came from on high to we mortals, and she showed us that injury and for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen. There, among her followers and friends, go on the path.
One man's trash is enough.
That doesn't belong to us, you know.
We're source hunters. We should be able to access any of the resources we need or want while we're on the job.
Well put.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open the...
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have the names you've had. Please, all you see... Well, between you and... Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive... That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed in a washing. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by whoever done it has escaped through. Councillor Jake, that Esmeralda, 3 hopeless.
Nothing but rubbish.
enough of that now.
Creeping for you, Victoria!
We'll have none of that, you
Ah, you have come. Yes, that is most satisfactory. Big, my name is Eglandir Twilsalanar, elf of the House of Gandavum, the slaughtered House of Gandavum. The game, yes! A game of blood and brute. The elves of Gandavum, all undone. Every last one of us. I may be frail, a withered grey. I have tracked her down by the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Color the dusk red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs. Yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand. The heart around which the orcs of Gazuldaga, they knew my name. Her name is that of a woman. Her employment, Victoria. Librarian. Daughter. Soon the last.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado.
He is as much a savage as those orcs.
Indeed.
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer.
Into the fray
All
once
hail
more.
Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments. The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood!
Move along.
By the filed teeth.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace.
The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood!
That I am. You wouldn't, but you have seen them, have you? Punch on.
We happen to be source hunters.
Sorcerer.
Gods have mercy.
The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder. Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments. By the fire, O Suluma Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria!
What do you think you're doing?
Maybe the lock could be jimmied.
Ah, my name again. The Elmore. I have tracked. Yes. The name Victor. Soon the last will be beaten.
That was quite the radical.
He is as much a
Indeed.
The torturer. All hail, Grog.
That's enough of that now.
Steeled instruments.
Bless the seven! I am restored!
The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all! End it all in... The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all! End it all in blood!
Greetings, great that I am. You wouldn't believe. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
The hunters go a-stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all! End it all in blood!
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
The last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail, Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments. The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll... my name, the get... The all hunt... I have tried... Yes, the name, Victor.
That was quite the
He is as much a sap.
Indeed.
Into the fray once more.
As good as a new penny.
By the filed teeth of Sulumar Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria!
You there, cut it out.
The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood!
Shut tight! Maybe the lock can be jimmied.
The last will be beaten.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager...
Watch out. I smell... the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. This time.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Ain't a big change on your book with a wheel of the...
Welcome to the Town Hall of Syseal. Mayor Cecil is waiting for you in...
Meow.
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What can I do for you, comrade?
Oh, golly God. But where are my manners? I'm the Oh, he's at the risk. Oh, dear Sam, he's such a good... But of course, Dad. Heavens for... Oh, this...
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. My elf? Oh, myself. Oh, what? Oh, you mean Syseal, the undead. That's not to mention... And, Jake, murdered? Oh, yes. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda. As you can imagine, I'm an all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to... What? The undead? What of what now? Oh, you mean the staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. Cecil proved an old fool, though. for the merchant slated to deliver it to me. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter. A merchant ship. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid. Well, oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor, but that depends. What kind of berries are you interested in? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must please yourself. Someone wants to see Victoria dead? That cherub, hear you me. You must stop that dog by any means necessary. As mayor of Sicil, you have my permission to take drastic measures if need be. No, all my clothes are in fine condition, thanks. I've been going to the same tailor for years. Oh, yes, the fabulous Pie. That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs. I bet the wizard himself could provide some advice. Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how. I've always been more fun. That depends. Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must. Marvelous.
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gallows, I say.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
A source hunter! Oh, what a sight for sore Sicilian eyes! Me? Oh, he's always been something of a rascal. For my part, and that band of... That's enough of that now! Are you there? Cut it... Are you there? Cut it out!
What? Oh, yes. This library is my Victoria. Yes. What?
I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Demos. Omnes autem mali demonis. What? What is this? Oh, but no. A source. Why? Simply because you hunt now. This is a sentiment on one condition.
Very well.
Agreed. Nothing.
Most great.
In the name of Amun-Hur, I bid thee Tujda Getahal, be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine. I am Victoria. When I was the fisherman who he raised me like... Indeed you may. Kiral is he not so?
Let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, my amulet? But it is Haxmagi, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul. It looks cheap. Ugly. Then maybe it would be better indeed to part with it. Here, have my talisman. I'll just buy a new Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem. The knight in see-through armor? Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom? Stenteken! Esmeralda
Sigurd's
does have
beard,
a
what a
propensity for
find.
all things naughty, hasn't she? The knight in see-through armor? Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom? Stenteken! Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? We'll have none of that, you hear? Turjageta, friend. Yes. Have you given him the Haxmagi? Has he been tricked?
choose the finest greens. Pay the big cheese on your broth with a wheel of the good stuff.
No better solution to the zombie
Ah,
problem.
hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts, no?
With a slice of this fine almond there.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for fire.
Pay the big cheese on your broth with a wheel of the good stuff.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Pay the big cheese on your broth with a wheel of the good stuff.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
Not the mood for cheese. No excuses for holes to the slice of this fine almond there.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Not the mood for cheese. No excuses for holes to the slice of this fine almond there.
A good day to you.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Get it while it's fresh. These batches only hours from the feed. Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Pay the big cheese on your broth with a wheel of the good stuff.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Here for your daily serving of veggies, please partake of the plumpest produce ever produced.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those...
Finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're fine again. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget. The finest in me herd. Now that the herd's gone, old Bertie's just scratching by like a hen till the next batch of beasties. I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way these days. Yes. Oh, Ogget's been missing for more than a fortnight. I love that sheep, you know. Was planning to cook her into a fine midwinter night agate. Sorry, can't help you there. Haven't got enough livestock left to warrant a hand with the work. I bet Tim Fred's been strung up by his ears by now. Devil sauce hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Things if you've got a favourite sheep.
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Potions to bemuscle you, Scrolls to entussle you.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
A good day to you.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Not the move for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond bag.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Not the move for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond bag.
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Not the move for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond bag.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
A good day to you.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your...
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let to see if you can choose the finest greens.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Potent heat!
What? Did the ground turn to glue when you've been naughty around here?
A good day to you. Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes, if ever there was one. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation. We've been conducting a series. Lieutenant Celine. Now, I certainly don't mind. And that is exactly what your presence in the undead. I pitied them. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. It's very sweet of you. Sure, they can tie a knot and blow a whistle like the best of them. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to try. 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places. There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea. The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall tales. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when... So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about... Divines doubly bless you, friend.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the least various. We'll only encourage You don't think it's effective, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? Nothing wrong. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on, mathematics, it's not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beastless brown.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips, and gave an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's effective, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been wrong. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks. You have a brain behind that feral wall, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it.
for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soul.
The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral wall, haven't you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips.
That's
and
it, Trix. Train up while you can.
Hey, Tull.
Be careful, comrade. I think I sense. But what'll you?
You'll only. Hey, who's that then? Come on.
Easy, Tull.
She may have the look. We got reports. I tapped her.
Bit Tull.
Enjoy it while you can.
Well, that's the...
Get to shining recruits.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this.
After all, well, that's...
Heed me.
Sir, no, sir.
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and in Home Forest. Every creature acts according to the nature of it. It is difficult for me. It is strange.
Shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Those boots would embarrass a bridge folk. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
What have we here, then? The so-called Source Hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? I'm Captain Ori. Gods up! Nevertheless, the scene of the crime, Esmeralda is Jake's wife. What? Whom would you have? The elf?
He wants us to kill Victoria.
It's true.
So, he wants you to kill that savage. As I suspect. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? How am I enjoying? We are the pride. I'd say they're looking for weeks. Yes.
Does the ground turn to glue when you've been naughty around here? Looks like whoever was here last had a life sentence.
Hey! Stop that! Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum! Maybe if you actually...
Oh, what now? Whom would you have the Legion? So he wants you. As I suspected.
It's locked.
Silence, felon! Don't address... Hey, we'll have none of that, you hear?
Flashfire! Magical blow!
Staff of Strength.
Everything we do seems to...
It's easy enough.
Have no fear. Under lock and key.
Appears to be locked. Bless the seven, I am restored.
Sweet relief. Another
You're calling me a thief, are you? A base and petty criminal? More the fool you.
Hold your horses.
What do you think you're doing? How can I help you, my friend? How can I help you, my friend? But certain... Oh, I am. My task, you see, to my great... Oh, but that's such magic to be out. But of course it's handy to... Oh, that'll... I'm my own, by all means. Of course. I can but they say. I say, man, it took a while. How and why he came, I myself have not... Now, it may well be a... I can't say much. And what might those be? One of them? You know what? Here's those who are raising the enemy is... You have a flair for until they conclude... Oh, a mere...
Recruits! Attention! About face!
Have some pity.
Join the Stud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
Yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Well, hello there.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice and stir and churn. Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Made a big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Join the Stud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. Watch the undead quiver in their moldy boots.
Our and as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Lonesome, spiritless. Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Made a big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Fresh haddock. Perfect
Well,
for fryer.
what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Join the Stud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more hose than a slice of this fine almond bread.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you. Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an armed elemental will inject some rhythm into your routine. Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more hose than a slice of this fine almond bread.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Tall snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
See? No one's a burrowing. Come now. Oh, my. So what do you think?
That merchant.
Yes.
Never fed a hungry man, you know.
Quiet day on the market, it seems. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the bird? And so the wise God. In truth, this is a relief. Fine, my friend.
Decent dugong. Onward.
More swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Greetings, Source Hunter. Not exactly the friend.
Here I wait for thee in the dark. Yes? Yes? Have you?
Yes. So it is.
How gratifying to see you return. You have seen them, have you not? A puncheon, perhaps? Yes.
You should be more careful, madam. I am a hunter, but as luck would have it, I'm not a zealot.
And neither am I.
God have mercy. That I am. You wouldn't believe. No need to worry. How gratifying to see you return. That I am. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't. For you and for me. Because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares.
this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone, somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, by the quill that... Oh, yes, as for how you on such a time show...
Maybe quite...
You looked. You saw the portal. Those torches. A light. In fact, but why spoil? Goodness, it is. I can't say it's not then. After you, Yufa. Yes, just as I hoped. There she is. There it is. Come, don't delay.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
I am the last chest. The last chest. The last chest.
Could it be?
Indeed.
Astounding.
You have brought...
My reaction is...
This is a question. If any other being in Rivellon, but you are different. So please, do tell me. How did you arrive here? A stone? Not like this. No, never had I experienced... But yours has.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible?
Like the stones, your guests, source hunters. It would seem that your starstone is not what it seems, source hunter. Do you see what violence my work has...
Mysteries of all time.
It would appear that starstone transforms at your touch.
I see.
Yes. If we do not restore... Indeed you must. Though I may not yet...
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded that.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry...
That shall never be, please. So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
Not but a moment ago we were hunting...
Say what Zigzags and the Weaver will. I need more evidence.
No matter how...
Or you if you're up to the challenge. What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell. The glint in your... No, with you searching out stars, but you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon. Luckily, the power of portals is known. Off you go then. Cross my... Like the imp said, wouldn't it just? Just like yourselves. From what I can gather, though, ruins... Neither do I. But the mere fact that this in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural... We may not understand the how yet, but oh, I don't know if, but of course. So, gather those lonesome... Well, yes, perhaps you can... Before you go, I hope you'll be...